Alright kids, it's our first trip of the new year and I have no fucking clue where we are. All I know is we're coming out on Highway 35 eventually.
Yep.
So yeah, this is it. This is, as we're recording right now, January 1st, 2015.
But not for long. For about 9 more minutes.
That's right, but it still counts.
Yep. We're in the new year and we are going to take advantage of it.
That's right.
We already did one video today. I played Happy Wheels.
That's right. I don't know if I'll upload that one before or after this one, so if you haven't seen it already, check that one out whenever it's up. But yeah, that was a thing. And there'll be another Moment with Nate's Grandma video some point within the next week or two, whenever she feels up to recording. But yeah, that's coming up this month.
Yep.
So now we're officially headed towards Shade Gap, which is the origin of the other side of my family that I don't talk about much, but yeah. And you know what, since we're in the area, time for a history lesson.
Yeah.
There was a movie made about this. It was like a made-for-TV movie, but it was a movie. It was called The Taking of Peggy Ann.
Yep.
I don't know if you've ever seen that movie or not, but I used to have it. I don't have it anymore, and I don't remember what happened to it, but it was based on a true story. In fact, years ago, there was even a song written about it.
Yep.
But there was this guy that they called Bicycle Pete, and basically he was like some weird creepazoid.
Yeah.
And he had kidnapped this woman named Peggy Ann Bradwick. And, well, to make a long story short, he was trying to get to Mifflin Town, which is the opposite direction of where we're heading right now.
Yeah.
But, how this pertains to me is the house where my grandparents lived. My grandpap still lives there now, but on that property was a place where Bicycle Pete killed a guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't in the same house that they live in now. It was like whatever was there before, but on that property, he shot a guy.
Wow.
Yeah, true story.
Shit.
So there's a little history lesson for you.
Huh.
And,
Just past Juniata Valley Winery.
there you go.
Let's get drunk.
Sure.
But, yeah.
And all way off in the way yonder up there is probably right about where we normally do our
But every other video,
all way up in that
right
mountain.
under that ridge there is Spectacle Gap.
Yeah.
Not that far from here.
Yeah. And if it was daytime, you'd be able to see the pipeline. That's
Actually,
probably
whenever we get to wherever the main power lines cross over, that is probably what goes into Spectacle Gap,
and
which is right the fuck here.
Yeah.
So if you follow these power lines, right up top there is the top of Spectacle Gap.
yep.
So that is where we are right now.
And we've looked down over that ridge
And seen this road
and
many
seen
times.
This road.
So it seems like every other video we make somehow revolves around the general proximity of Spectacle Gap.
Yes. Unfortunately. Especially after our YOLOing in the Sunfire. If you haven't watched that one, check it out.
Yeah.
And you'll know exactly why we are
avoiding that place as much as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was fun.
Oh yeah.
Up until the tree part.
Yeah, and the only reason we didn't record what we were doing back there is because it would have been way too difficult to coordinate.
Yeah. You know, one person driving a fucking car.
Basically, there was no way we were going to record that shit unless we had like a GoPro or something.
Yeah.
And we don't.
No. Not yet.
Not yet.
One of these years, or one of these days, we will acquire one.
Right. But, yeah. So I've been trying to think up what this video is going to be about. And, you know, and I thought maybe just for starters, maybe not for the whole subject tonight, but just for starters, you know, talk about New Year's past. You know, how I've celebrated, maybe, you know, how the rest of us have. But anyway, I'll start with what I did, you know, the past couple of years, which is nothing spectacular. And I've plugged it before, but as you know by now, I do the New Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, and I just hung out in our little chat room with, you know, my friends from there. That we just, you know, talked about nothing for a couple hours, and then we, you know, sat there and counted down together and hung out a little bit after that, and that's all I did this year, and I did the same thing last year, so nothing spectacular. But in past years, you know, I used to spend New Year's with my grandmother. And we would, you know, either, you know, like stay up and watch the ball drop, or, you know, or we'd watch movies or something like that. Because, you know, back then when I would do that, you know, it would be whenever, you know, winter vacation for school was, you know, going on. You know, and I even did it for a little while after that, you know, but getting back on point, you know, it would just be the two of us, and, you know, we'd be there, you know, we'd make a pizza or something, and, you know, stay up until midnight. And where I live, and I've mentioned this before, but right across the way from me, there's a shooting range.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice it this year, but I know in past years, you'd always hear people over there firing their guns for the new year.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't really notice it this year. I mean, wasn't really listening for it either, but, you know, in past years they always did that. And I remember one year, with me and my grandmother, you know, we're both fans of Whose Line Is It Anyway? So just to pass the time, we kind of did our own little Whose Line Is It Anyway? You know, like we would make up, like, kind of like we would come up with an idea, and then we would like make a story based off of it, or something like that, you know.
Right.
Just kind of a stripped down version, you know, the two people could play back and forth. We did that one year until it was time, you know, for the countdown.
Yeah.
We did that one year. And when I was really little, I really didn't stay up, you know, to watch, you know, the New Year or anything like that. Because I remember one year when I was probably about 7 or 8, I remember my mother came into my room and woke me up at midnight to let me know it was the New Year. And of course, at that time, I didn't give two fucks.
Yeah.
But, you know, I remember that because it was at our old house, and I was out. Like, I was like, out, you know. And I just remember being woke up from a dead sleep to be told it was the New Year. I don't remember what year it was. I'm going to guesstimate it was probably like either 94 or 95.
Yeah.
But,
that sounds about right.
Yeah. One New Year that I remember, it was New Year's Day. It was after, you know, all the stuff, you know, at midnight was over with, and we got up the next morning, and it was 1997. I remember exactly what year it was because this was back when Rosie O'Donnell was still popular.
Yes.
And I remember my grandmother had the TV on, and every other thing was Rosie O'Donnell announcing that it was 1997. And that particular year, the New Year's proceedings were sponsored by 7-Up. So Rosie, being Rosie, thought it was cute to call it 1997 Up. And I remember how irritating that was. You probably remember that one too. Yeah. And you know that
vividly, but I do.
Yeah. And I just remember wanting to turn the TV off so bad, but I didn't because she was watching it. You know, but yeah, I remember that one. That was one of the most annoying New Year's ever. And I remember last night I didn't have the TV on, but my mother did. She was watching Kathy Griffin and Anderson Cooper. Yeah. You know, the CNN coverage. You know, I like Kathy Griffin and Anderson Cooper, but I wasn't really interested in like any of the musical guests or anything like that.
Right.
So I didn't bother having it on, but you know. So yeah, that's, you know, just a couple little aimless stories about, you know, New Year's past for me. You know.
Well, hey, it is officially January 2nd, 2015. 1 day, shot in the ass 2015
That's
already.
right. That's one in the bag, and, you know.
364 more days to go.
Exactly. And,
but anyway, go ahead, Nate. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I was basically done with that story. All I really wanted to add was to what you were saying, you know. I'm hoping this year, you know, for 2014, you know, we took this channel up a notch, and I'm hoping we can take it even further this year.
Hell yeah.
You know.
And we will.
You know, as time progresses, you know, we get our grubby little mitts on better things, and we come up with new ideas, and I'm hoping we can take it even further this year, because, you know, if you're watching this in the future, you know, long after this fact, you know, I'm hoping by then, you know, the numbers are bigger, but as of we're recording right now, we're only at 42 subscribers.
Yeah.
But, you know, everybody's got to start somewhere.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
I mean, this channel has existed since 2007, if that tells you anything.
Yeah.
You know? But we only really started going full hog with this thing at the end of 2013.
Yep.
But, you know, we're working on it. So, yeah, that's kind of all I've got for this portion of it. You got anything?
Well, I do want to add something to what you said. You know, anybody out there that has watched any of our videos, if there's something you want to see us do, leave it in the comments.
Yes, comment us, leave us a message, you know.
Look me up on Facebook, send me a message on Facebook. Anything.
Yeah, or visit my website, you know.
Exactly.
Here's the URL on the screen right here. Go there, you know. Remember, signing up's free. I'll approve you, you know, because I have to approve all new members. But yeah,
right.
you want to send me an idea there, send it there. You know, we're always open to suggestions. Hell, I've gotten inspiration from some of the most random places. We are in like a serious crosswind here.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting back to what I was saying, we've gotten inspiration from everywhere.
Yeah.
People we know, people we don't know, things we've seen. You know, just random ideas. Like that's what we're doing now is all about. Just random. You know.
Yep. You know, Nate did the Diet Coke and Mentos challenge. We want more challenges. We want more things to do.
All right.
Give us ideas.
Since you brought it up, sometime in 2015, we were going to do this last year. We never got to do it, but I'm going to promise it right now. Sometime this year, don't know exactly when, I will attempt the gallon milk challenge.
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
I don't know when we'll do that, but sometime this year, I'm going to attempt the gallon milk challenge. Because as these guys will both vouch for, I can put away a lot of food.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I might be able to handle it.
And he loves chocolate milk.
Yes, but I'm not going to do it with chocolate milk.
No, that might burn if you puke your guts out.
Exactly. So we'll stick to the regular stuff for that. But I will do that at some point this year. I'm just putting that out there right now because we talked about it several times, but we never actually got to do it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we'll wait until closer to the warmer months to do that.
Yeah, but that way we can actually stand to be outside for more than 10 minutes.
Right. So yeah, that's a thing that's going to happen sometime this year.
And you know, well, there's more power lines we just come.
Yeah, but I know the other one was Spectacle Gap because there weren't trees or anything.
Oh yeah, true. But back on track here. Another thing that if we should happen to get any snow this year, we are going to bring the Silver Pony back out in action.
Right. Yeah, because the only thing that it's been in thus far that I've posted was Pumpkin Massacre 2.
Yeah.
There's other footage of it that exists, but we haven't done anything with it yet.
Right.
But it exists. It was recorded. We just haven't done anything with it yet.
Right.
And for those of you who don't know what the Silver Pony is, it was the Craftsman riding mower that we did our grand finale with in Pumpkin Massacre 2. So go check that out if you're curious.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, And, you know, I love my brother to death. Don't get me wrong. But he is the one that came up with the damn name for that fucking riding mower.
Yeah.
You know, we're rambling off fucking stupid ass shit. And Dean says, well, what about the silver pony? It's silver and it's got a lot of horsepower.
Yeah, he actually came up with that. So, you know.
Good job on you for that, brother.
Yeah. And I'm hoping, you know, sometime this year we can get him in more videos.
Yeah.
You know, he's been in a few of ours. You know.
We got another one we got to do is the sit down with my dad and our friend Ralph. Just to listen to him bullshit.
Hopefully we can do something like that this year. We talked about it last year, but we never got it into motion. But hopefully we can do that. And you know what? I'm going to turn right the fuck here.
Oh, we're heading Black Log.
Yeah. But, you know, the funny thing is, I've been through there many times in my life, and I have never once seen a black log.
No.
So...
Fun factoid, actually, folks. But,
that's like whenever we go through burnt cabins. I've never seen a burnt cabin there either.
No, but there may possibly be.
You never know.
But, yeah. We've always talked about, you know...
And it's like whenever you go through intercourse, I've never seen anybody there fucking.
Well, there may be, but, you know, you can't see it.
No.
You know, that's like buttery nipple.
Yeah.
Or what the hell's the one road? Double D lane. I've never seen any double Ds, have you?
Once.
Well.
Their names were Larry and Greg. But we won't go into that.
No. But anyway, back to what I was saying. My dad and our friend Ralph, they'll sit there for an hour at a time, if not even longer, and just some of the shit that they say back and forth to one another, or you know, they'll just be sitting there bullshitting, striking a conversation with just any silly, stupid ass thing. But we've never sat down, flopped the fucking camera down, and say, "All right, go ahead."
So hopefully we can do that this year. No guarantees on that one.
No guarantees on it,
but hopefully.
But that's one hopefully in the planning for this year.
Right. So you know, I think we pretty much covered most of what we intend to do this year, so kind of to get back on subject a little bit.
Yeah. All right.
Since I rambled about, you know, some of my past New Year's, what do you got?
Well, I can remember the first time I, you know, actually sat up and watched the ball drop. It was with my grandfather. And my grandfather, another one, like CNN. You know, we're sitting there. I was 8 years old, because this was the year before he passed away. We're sitting there, it's like 11:30, you know, and I'm a coffee fanatic, and I have the man to thank for that. We're sitting there, we just poured ourselves a cup of coffee, we're sitting there just watching TV, sitting there shooting the shit. You know, my grandmother, she's doing a little craft thing, and we're just sitting there talking, and then whenever it came time for the ball to drop, we all rang in, you know, we counted it down from 59 to 0. You know, we counted it down, and, you know, that was my most memorable New Year's Eve. But my other few ones that I've, you know, my first New Year's Eve with my girlfriend Natasha, that was amazing. It was our first New Year's together. This year, we spent New Year's Eve again together and had a couple drinks. You know, what does a normal person do on New Year's Eve? You know, some people don't drink, you know, others enjoy it and you know, have some to drink. But I'm 25 years old. Yeah, I started, you know, I would drink off and on before I turned of age, but, you know...
Who doesn't?
Who the fuck doesn't? Yeah. You know, you'd have to call yourself a goddamn liar if you didn't. But when I turned 21, I drank like crazy. Never, ever, ever got sick. I've drank myself to sleep, and I've drank myself sober. Never one time did I get sick. Last night, I puked my fucking guts out, and I only had 2 drinks. I was pissed. But I think the reason behind that was because I had some shrimp. I think the shrimp was bad. I think. But
yeah, who knows?
Who the hell knows? But you know, I can remember another New Year's Eve. I was probably about 12 or 13. My dad said, you know what, hell with it. Everybody else starts shooting their guns off, we'll shoot our guns off. I was 12 years old, because it was right after I got my hunting license. So, Dad and I are out in the backyard with the porch light on, firing away for about 10-15 minutes amongst all the other hillbillies out there. You know, and also, you know, the movies, you know, the food, and, you know, the games and stuff like that. Ooh, where the fuck are we? I've never been on this one, Tater.
We're halfway between Cross Keys and Blacklog.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how you know you're in central Pennsylvania, when there's towns called Cross Keys and Blacklog.
Yeah. But that's it for mine. You got anything, babe?
My one that I can remember is probably about, I'm gonna say 10. With my we would sit up and play games and watch.
You gotta speak up a little bit, babe.
Play games, watch TV, and just shoot the shit. And that's what I normally did for the longest time. I spent New Year's with my Aunt Deb.
Oh, there you go.
And then when we got together, you know.
Yeah, and then we started celebrating together. And,
Mm-hmm. I remember our first New Year's whenever I was 21.
Yeah.
Sat up, you know, my parents, all 4 of us, you know, we all had something to drink, you know, ringing the New Year's with my parents.
Yeah.
That was something that her and I both had time shared with that. We're at 23.
All right. One more that I forgot. One New Year's, it was me, and back then I had a different circle of friends, but their names were Alex and Eric. You know, and then Eric had, you know, an older brother and a younger brother, and we went to his house one night for New Year's. You know, it was just over the hill from where I live.
Yeah.
You know, so we walked over there, you know, that afternoon, you know, and we spent the night there and did New Year's. And I remember one of the things that we did was we watched the movie Leprechaun. Hell of a thing to watch for New Year's, but we did that. And then we attempted to play Monopoly and got bored with that.
Yeah.
Then we busted out the old Sega Genesis and played.
Fuck yeah.
I forget what the one game we played was, but we played that. We played like Sonic and Knuckles. Did that for a while. We went in the living room and watched the ball drop, and then after that we all went to bed. But that was another thing we did. And since we're slowly approaching the 29-minute mark where this camera likes to shut off, I think we're going to go ahead and end this segment here. And I think that pothole was our cue, so we'll be back here in a little bit.
Okay.
Alright, we're back. And I thought, you know what, to end this thing, I just had an idea pop in my head. since, the movie Back to the Future 2 takes place this year.
2015.
Yeah. And obviously there's no flying cars or hoverboards or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I was thinking of ideas of dumb shit that I want to see invented this year.
Yeah.
And here's the first one that popped in my mind.
Oh boy.
The wireless extension cord. Now, that may seem like a stupid idea at first, but I actually thought up in my mind how this would work. There'd be an end that plugs into the wall that has an on and off switch and a transmitter in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Then you have the other end that's a rechargeable power base. Okay? Basically, it would have like a 12-volt battery inside of it with an inverter that you could plug like a lamp or something into it.
Mhm.
Okay? And you can put it anywhere you want in your house. And the other end, is how you turn it on and off. And it sends that signal to the other end to say, hey, turn this fucking thing on and off. I want to see that invented this year. The wireless extension cord.
Huh.
So, see, you laughed when you first heard it, but now that I explained what I'm talking about, it doesn't sound like such a bad idea now, does it?
No, it doesn't, but you never know.
I want to see that invented this year. Yeah. Yeah, I see you in the comments section saying, that idea is still stupid. No, it's not. Fuck you.
Something I'd like to see invented this year?
Excuse me for a second.
Would be a solar-powered cell phone.
That might actually already exist. I'm not sure.
Who knows? But if it doesn't exist,
But maybe like a consumer grade one.
yeah.
That would be actually a decent idea. Yeah, you could just leave it sit there in your windowsill and it would charge up. That actually makes sense.
Yeah. Conserve electricity.
Yeah. Yeah. That way you'd never have to worry about losing your charger.
Yeah.
Because that's a problem we all deal with at some point.
But, they would, want a solar-powered cell phone with, of course, having a charger option.
Right, because it would have to have like a backup power supply for like at night.
Yeah.
But I think the idea of just having it, with like a normal battery, but you just sit it has the solar capability, to charge it, would be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the only thing is, they could backfire on you in the summer if you leave it sitting somewhere.
Well,
Besides the
I think
battery.
it would have to have like a fail-safe in it that, like, when it reaches a full charge, it automatically disables itself.
Yeah.
But something to that effect. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Another invention I want to see this year, I want to see, this is going to sound like literally putting myself out of my day job, but I want to see, I know that something like this is in development in like Japan or something, but I want to see this actually come to the consumer market. A shopping cart that scans the items as you put it in the cart and totals it up. Then all you have to do is swipe your credit card to pay for your stuff, thus eliminating the need for a checkout. I want to see something to that effect invented this year. Because I've heard that such a technology is being developed. I want to see it, at the very least, be announced to the consumer market this year.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how exactly that would work, but I would love to see something like that. The self-scanning shopping cart. Because, I think the technology exists, and, the stuff to make such a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be applying it in such a way that it would be practical and safe. And also reversible, like if you decide, well, I don't want this, a way to take it out of your cart and put it back.
Yeah.
But I think it's doable. I mean, it would be a bit of a learning curve, for, say, older people, but, I think it's doable. So that's another thing I want to see invented this year. Ooh, another gnarly turn.
One of our favorites.
Oh, yeah. Getting slightly off topic here. One time, way back, when I still had the old van I used to have, I was coming down this very hill, and I forgot about the one turn up here, and I wasn't quite prepared to stop, and when I remembered it was there, I kind of slid into the bank here and busted the trim around my one headlight.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't break anything seriously, but it was just enough that it busted the trim off around my headlight. So yeah, there's a little fun fact about this road. As a matter of fact, I was coming around this turn right here, and I slid in right about here, and that's where it happened. So yeah. Of course, that thing didn't have anti-lock brakes or anything like that, so yeah.
No, but your newer one did. It had rear anti-lock brakes.
Yeah. Yeah, well, actually, the first one I had was an 88, and the second one was an 87, so actually that one was older, but I think it had that option.
Yeah.
So yeah. Hey, I had two of them things. The first one blew up, and then I got another one. But yeah. I'm trying to think of some other things I want to see invented this year. Well, I'll tell you something I don't want to see invented this year. Another fucking iPhone.
Yeah.
They keep coming out with new versions of the same fucking thing that don't really do anything new.
Yeah.
Now, I know some of you out there are going to say, yeah, it's better because... No, it does the same damn thing.
Yeah.
Sure, they might change the size of the screen, or they might change something in the new version of iOS or something like that, but it does the same thing. Here's what I want to see something invented this year. I want to see new technology that's original.
Yeah.
If they come up with some sort of new type of phone or something, I want it to be something that's actually revolutionary and groundbreaking, and not just another rehash of the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
We've had enough of that. We need something that's actually new.
Yeah.
Because lately, we haven't been getting that.
Mm-hmm.
And I am not anti-technology. I just choose not to update as much as some people do, because I find that what I have works for me.
Yeah.
That's the way I am. But that's something else I want to see invented this year. I want to see a new type of phone or something to that effect that's actually original.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, you go ahead. All I was going to say was just something new.
Yeah. Another thing I'd like to see this year to be invented, which I would benefit for my job. Now, granted, I am damn sure it would be royally expensive, would be a air ratchet torque wrench.
That would be interesting.
Pneumatic torque wrench.
I don't know if such a thing like that exists or not.
I'm not sure. I have not seen them on the Snap-on or Mac Tools truck, or online, or anything for that fact. But a pneumatic torque wrench.
And you know what? Maybe it's something that does exist, but maybe just not on a practical, like, consumer grade level. But,
Right.
Yeah, that would be a neat thing to have. Because for someone like you, or even like a hobbyist or something like that, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
That would actually be a good thing. We are actually going to revisit somewhere that we did in a past road trip right now. We're going to revisit our old friend Hogan Road. Because we haven't been back there in a while. We did this in one of our early road trip videos, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, that might have been Winter Wanderers, if I remember right.
Dean was with us.
Yeah, I think this was one of the first ones we ever did in a video. So yeah, revisiting an old friend for a new year. But yeah. Here's something else I'd like to see invented, and I think this might already exist, but I don't think it's very commonplace, especially in this country. Heated roadways.
They do exist, yeah.
Yeah, they do exist, but I don't think there's any, like, I don't know if they're in this country or in this part of the country, but I'd like to see, like, a heated roadway, like, on a more broad scale that, you know, to eliminate the need for, like, salt trucks and plow trucks.
Yeah. Now, you can get heated driveways and all sorts of shit like that.
That I know already exists. Couldn't remember which part was the road, but I'd like to see that, like, on a more widespread level. I mean, yeah, that might already exist, but let me just say that I'd like to see that pursued further.
Yeah.
Because, we live in central Pennsylvania, and, we don't get as harsh of winters as we would have, say, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But when we do get hit, we get hit hard. And I know, especially where I live on a hill, in a relatively remote area, and I know that our, township does not do very good winter maintenance.
No.
And I think, that would be a very beneficial thing for people who are in my same situation. They live somewhere with very poor road maintenance, in the wintertime, especially if you're like me and you have to commute to get to work.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see that. And I think it's in South Korea, they have a self-cleaning roadways. They have, like, little sprinklers built into the double yellow line, and it washes all the, like, screenings and stuff off of the road and keeps the streets clean. And I think I'd like to see that in this country too.
Huh.
Self-cleaning streets and heated streets. They cut down on maintenance, Because, I mean, think about it. We have things like self-cleaning ovens, you have your automatic antivirus for your computer. Why not apply things that we use in our technology to other things that we use in life?
Yeah.
Like that, for instance. I'd like to see that. So, maybe a tall order for this year, but, I'd at least like to see something like that pursued, Sure looks a lot different when there's not a foot of snow on the ground back here, doesn't it? The last time we were back here was that night.
Mm-hmm. In your car.
Yeah.
I remember that little trick you used to do with your car too.
The one, like, backing out of the driveway?
Yep. Just back it out.
We have that on video somewhere too.
Yep. Back it up, lock them up, slam it and drive, and just
keep on going. I keep seeing all these fences and gates and stuff, and I keep thinking, fuck, and then I realize it's on a turn, and then we can keep going. Of course, the last time we did this, we went the other way.
Yeah, we're going the opposite direction.
And we're approaching Wrangletown Road. Oh, they cleared this out.
Yep.
Huh. I don't think that was like that the last time we came through here.
I don't think so.
So that's different. Can you think of any more 2015 inventions you want to see? I'll tell you what, we'll shift to a slightly different thought process then. Just things in general we want to see this year, like stuff we want to see happen, in other, aspects of, our infinite universe. This is just kind of a neat, like, stuff that's going to happen wish list, I guess we could call
Yeah.
this.
Well, I'm hoping that our finances get better this year.
Yeah.
You know, because as of late, I'm in debt up to my fucking eyeballs.
I think that can be said, you know, for a lot of us. You know, us and our viewers alike.
Yep.
I
And that's part of the reason why we haven't really been able to do much.
Right.
You know, we don't make that much money, you know, and when we do have it, it's got to go towards our vehicles or bills and shit like that. But, you know, I'm hoping to be able to be making more money this year.
Yeah. Something I want to see happen this year, I want to see like a new musical artist that doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Now, everybody out there has their own opinions of what constitutes good or bad music. I want to see someone that I can actually relate to. Because, you know, a lot of stuff that's popular right now is not for me. I'll put it that way. I want to see someone new that me and people like me can say, yeah, this guy or this lady has got it. You know, I mean, I don't care, you know, guy or gal, doesn't matter to me. New group, new artist, just a new musical person, group, or something like that I can say, yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah.
Because as it sits right now, there's not a whole lot going on in that department.
No. I mean, I'm a classic rock, some modern rock, a little bit of metal, and some country.
Yeah. You know,
The older rap, that's about it.
and I know one thing that's happening this year for sure, this is AC/DC's Rock or Bust tour.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll save that whole that would be an hour and a half video in itself if you get me started on that.
Yeah.
So, but getting back to, you know, things I want to see happen this year, aside from that, I want to see a new TV show come out.
That doesn't fucking suck.
Yeah, I want it to be something that, you know, I can enjoy, and, you know, everybody can enjoy, you know.
All these goddamn new fucking reality shows and stuff and shit, they can all go fucking go suck a dick.
There's too much of that, and it's been like that for years now. It's time for something new to come along that, you know, grabs, you know, the general public's attention. That's something different. I want to see something different come along this year. And I know it's kind of hard to come up with new things this day and age because pretty much everything's been done.
Yeah.
But I think there's something out there that hasn't been ventured yet. And that's what I want to see happen this year. I want to see that new thing, whatever that thing may be.
Yeah. And one thing that I want to see us do here at Junkaholics World is explore more of Pennsylvania, you know, go out
definitely.
further.
I mean, most of our road trips have been in close proximity to our own neck of the woods, but
right.
You know, I'll go along with that. I do want to see us go further. The only drawback to that I see is, you know, I'm driving this gas-guzzling truck now.
Yeah.
I mean, if I still had that car, you know, that'd be easier. But, you know, I think it's doable.
I mean, we can also do it in my car. That's not a big deal.
Well, right. You know, well, we have always alternated back and forth. But, yeah, I'll go with that. I think it's, you know, time that we explore some new places.
Yeah.
I mean, even tonight, you know, we explored a couple of places that we haven't done on camera before.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think it is time we come up with some new places to go. You know? I mean, there's lots of places even around here we haven't explored yet.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I want to see that. And, you know, just get back to what we were talking about, you know, things that I want to see happen in general. I want to see another movie come out that
grabs our attention.
I mean, I'm not a big movie person in general, but I want to see one this year, you know, that's, again, not just a rehash of the same shit that they put out for like the past 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, that's just a personal wish list of mine of things I want to see.
Something different.
Right. Pretty much just an all-encompassing thing that, you know, to put it all together. I just want to see new, different, interesting things this year. You know,
And I'm with you on that 100%.
you know, no matter what it is. You know, I mean, we named some specific things, but just as a whole, I want to see some new stuff this year that I can say, yeah, I'm totally down with that.
Yeah.
Because the past few years, I can honestly say not a whole lot of that has come along.
Yeah.
But yeah. There's something going on here.
Trash truck.
Yep, that's what it is.
And they're talking trash.
Yeah. Appropriate for a video going up on a channel called Junkaholics World.
Yep.
You know, so I think on that note, that's a good thing to end this one on.
Yep, because we're almost back at home base.
And we're going on making this a slightly over 40-minute video, so I think this is a good spot to end it. So, as always, like and subscribe and all that happy horse shit, and we'll see you more this year.
Yep, and let us know more things that we can do.
Right.
Please, thank you, and enjoy the rest of this year. See you in the next one.